Hello and welcome to Nompton Numismatics. Sorry it's been a while since my last video. As I'm sure you all know, life can just get crazy sometimes and get busy doing other things. But in this video I just want to walk through a recent NGC submission that I got back and just show you the results. So the first coin out here is a 1835 British Monty Penny. I sent two of these in, you'll see the next one next. Unfortunately they both came back cleaned, spoiling the next one, but yeah, as you can see, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped. And then here's the 1831 Monty Penny, and also just did not do well. Both of them are really nice coins and looked really good. I knew there was a slight chance. I thought maybe I'd go 1-for-1, or 1-for-2, but oh well. I'll show some of the photos that I took of some of these coins after I show the coin. I tried my own photo skills here, and I think some of them went pretty well, but you'll see later on here. So this coin is a 1950 Swedish 10 ore, and the only reason I sent this in is because I thought it might be a proof. NGC has 3 in its census, and I thought this one is as proof-like as it gets, and so I was kind of annoyed that they didn't even call it PL. I almost think they just didn't even look at the coin, but it is as proof-like as it can get, and frankly, it's very cameo as well, so disappointed here with the grade. Win some, you lose some. It was a cheap coin. I ended up selling it already for like 50 bucks, and so I still made some money, but could have gone better. This next coin here, next several actually, came from Blank Planchet. Check him out on Instagram. And I subbed some coins for him on the submission, and this is a really nice 1953 2.5 shilling proof from South Africa with some just fantastic toning. And you'll see the pictures on this one that I took, so I was really pleased with them, and I think he's happy with the grade. I think it's an accurate grade on a just gorgeous coin, so can't complain about that. I love how different the toning is too on each side. You know, on the obverse here, it's like kind of pinkish purple, but all one flat color, and then on the reverse, it's got that just fiery toning. So here are the photos, and I think they turned out really well. The obverse, looks just like the coin should and does, and then the reverse looks just like the coin does as well. So I can't really be more happy with pictures that look just like the coin does and really capture the quality of the toning. But that's a kind of ongoing project that I've had to get better at shooting my own photos of coins to, save the $8 fee on PhotoVisions and be able to provide that service for others who send their coins in with me. So this next coin here is the 2 shilling proof from the same 1953 South African proof set, also graded proof 66, which he was very happy with and is a really solid grade for proofs, especially when you're getting kind of similar grades throughout the whole set. He only sent in the 2, 2.5, 5 shilling, and 1 shilling with these. Just wanted to try it out. I don't believe he's graded a whole lot of coins in the past, but definitely did well in this submission, so I'm sure he'll want to continue to do so. But this one similarly has some pretty nice toning, and I'll show it on the pictures here. So this is the obverse, and it looks great. I think the pictures also do a good job of showing more truly how the toning actually looks in hand versus what you can see in a video and with glare on the screen and whatnot. So happy with those photos, and on to the next. So this one is the 1 shilling from the same proof set, also graded proof 66, and also has similar toning and very attractive toning. The photos came out pretty well on this one, as you'll see in a second, but that reverse toning really turned out nicely over the years and is accompanying one of my favorite coin designs out there, the reverse on these South African shillings. I think it's just a classic design. And I do apologize for the glare. Sometimes it's hard to show the coin's colors without getting the glare of the lights. And here are the photos that I took for this one. I think they turned out really great. I also think the reverse, again, is just fantastic and is really shown well in the photo here. The next one here is the crown, or the 5 shillings of the proof set, and he was a little bit worried that it was cleaned when he sent it to me, but those marks are actually just on the toning, and I think are probably a result of someone's fingerprint or something, but certainly not cleaned and graded very well at the proof 65 plus. It's always nice to get the largest coins in a solid grade. They're often the ones that grade the worst just because more surface area for nicks and whatnot, but the color is really nice on this one, especially on the reverse, and just a great coin. So the photos on a coin like this are really the best way to capture the toning, since it's dark toning and in the glare of the light you really kind of lose a lot of it, but Here you can see, kind of all the deeper purples and some blues in there, and I think it also does well to show those marks that I mentioned that, are certainly not a result of cleaning. So the next one here, which is another of blank planchets, is an Australian crown from 1938, which is the key date of the series. It was a short series anyway, but I think they only made 100,000 this year, which is significantly less than the other mintages, and it's a nice one to have for any collection, especially one of world crowns and more variety. But I think he's very happy with an MS62. I think it's an accurate grade, has some nice darker color, but certainly significant marks on the coin surface, and you'll see those in the photos here. So you can certainly see that there are plenty of marks on the obverse especially, but also on the reverse, and it's hard to get proper lighting for some of these sometimes, and I'm still working on that, but the photos are definitely a little darker than I'd like to be at times, especially on the obverse of this one. And this next one here is a British 4 shillings or double florin from 1887. This one also belongs to blank planchet. I was a little bit surprised actually that this one went mint state 62. I thought it would be more like a AU58 just because of how many marks are on the obverse. I think they probably did it because the reverse is really nice. It's probably more like a 63, but the coin has some really nice toning, and it is a great coin. I think this is a really undervalued type and a great one to have in the collection. I think the photos here really show off the nice toning around the edges, but also show what I mean about maybe being more like an AU58 than a 62, but nonetheless, not going to complain about a grade that's higher than you think. Once it's in a holder, it's that great. This next one's really cool. It's another of blank planchets, and he mentioned that this one has been in his family for a while, and so I'm glad to help in the process of getting it encapsulated and safe for generations to come. But this 1663 British crown is a really cool type, and a type that you don't see very often in any grade, so even in F12, that's awesome. Great color. I mean, I think it looks exactly like an old coin should, and does, so happy with this one as well. I had a harder time photographing this one, as you'll see here. I mean, it looks good and good enough, I'd say, but I think I could do better at old coins like this, and that's just another one that I'll have to keep working on the skill just by seeing more coins like it and trying to photograph them. So this one is a 1935 British crown, kind of referred to as the rocking horse crown, which makes sense once you see the reverse here, but it has some like kind of interesting toning, dark, kind of dingy toning. It kind of looks like it's dirty, but it also looks kind of cool. I think it adds good character, especially in a mint state 64, which is a little overgraded, I'll say, but another one that, not going to complain about. I think they undergraded some others, so it's only fair that it evens out, but nice one. This is another one that belongs to blank planchet. He submitted about half of the submission here, but I think he's very happy with a 64 on this, and you'll see some colors more thoroughly here. I think these photos are very true to what the coin looks like in hand as you kind of turn it in the light and see it from all angles. So, I mean, it's certainly an uncirculated coin. I expected it to be more like a 62 to 63, but 64 is what it is now, and I'm sure he's very happy with it, and I was happy to see that for him as well. So fast forward 2 years, this is a 1937 British crown, and this one I think is exactly the grade that it should be. 63 plus is a very nice grade for a very nice coin here. These are not too difficult to find, but just a really nice type. I love the reverse design, and I think they look great. Just a classic old large silver coin. I actually have one of these for myself in my personal collection, and it is also a 63 plus that I sent off for grading, a year ago or so, and I think the coins really look almost identical. I think both could be 64s, but probably are accurate at 63 plus. So in some of these just blast white coins, I cannot quite figure out the white balance, and so I'm still working on that, so that's why they look a little purplish, almost a little yellowish, but some of the pictures I haven't even shown for a couple of these coins just because they look purple and dark, and that'll be something that I'll have to fix. So this coin actually owns the title of being the only non-silver coin that I've ever submitted for grading. This is one also belonging to blank planchet, so still not a coin that I own submitted that's not silver, but anyway, this is a great design, and I don't blame him at all for sending it in. The St. George reverse is just one of the most classic designs in all of world coins, and they brought it back for this Festival of Britain little 5 shilling coin, and it looks great. And this one graded PL63. It was a proof-like strike, so that's why I got that grade. I'm pretty happy with the photos on this one. They also got a little bit of that kind of dark purplish color that isn't really accurate to the coin, but I think it looks a lot better than some of the other ones, so I'm happy with it. This next one is a type that I've been after for a while, and I'm still after. I sold this one actually already to World and Tie Coins Collector on Instagram. Check him out. He's got a great collection of just old world crowns, and he really likes this kind of circulated look in the XF to AU range. I would like to eventually get one in mint state, but they're super expensive. But I mean, as you can see, they're just an absolutely great design on both sides of the coin. So I'll keep my eyes peeled for a while and hope that I find something. But this one did belong to me and no longer does. But it's going to a good home. And I did photograph it as well, but the photos just did not turn out very good and ended up being very purple. And this video here is different from the others just because I had to get it in quickly before I ship these coins off to their owner. And I did that before I ended up filming the whole video. So these belong to Digital Nonsense. Check him out on Instagram as well, and he sent these in with me. That first one was a Ethiopia 50 centime that graded MS64, and he was super happy with that, and I think that's exactly where it should. This one is a British West Africa 2 shillings that graded MS62, also where I thought it would, and I actually sold both of these coins to him raw, and then he ended up sending them back to me to send in, but ended up being happy with those. So back to mine. These next ones actually are in my personal collection, and I was really happy with all 3 results. So this one is a 1874 Swiss 5 francs shooting taller coin, and it graded mint state 63. I got a really cheap deal on this one. I bought it off Heritage Auctions, and it was listed as a PVC damage coin, but I bought the coin anyway. I got it for like $100 or so, dipped it, and all the PVC stuff came right off. So it graded mint state 63, and I think graded exactly how it should, and is a beautiful coin that I am happy to have in my collection, and especially at such a bargain. And it's another one that I did photograph, but the pictures were even more purple than the Ethiopia burr, so I will not show them here. I'll just show the pictures that are better, like this one. So this Ragusa Tolero from 1762. Ragusa is now the city of Dubrovnik, and but it was formerly its own territory for quite a while, and it has an interesting story. I'll tell it in more depth once I get to this part of my collection in the normal course of videos, so keep your eye out for it. But I was really happy with the coin overall. I think it graded exactly how it should. I think 58 is a very fair grade and an accurate one. These coins are notoriously poorly struck, but are very cool. It's also neat because it's like 56% silver, which is not very common for crown size coins, but I think that's pretty neat. Happy to have this one in my collection, and happy to have it in such a good grade. So here are the photos that I took of this one. They're not quite as purple and turned out a little bit better, but I think they show the detail more than you can see at times of the coin, you know, as you hold it, just because it is so poorly struck. This next coin is one of my favorites in my collection, and a type that I've been after for quite some time. It's a Central American Republic 8 reales from 1827, which is one of the earlier dates. I think 24 was like the first year. So it's a really nice one to have. AU 55. Nice to just have a problem-free coin. It graded exactly how I thought it would. I got a very fair price for this one. Bought it off of Instagram, and really happy with an AU 55. Really happy to finally have this type in my collection. I love that sun face design, especially behind the mountains there. I think that's one of the more desirable coins out there. I recently purchased a Nicaragua 50 centavos with the same design on the reverse that I will be sending into NGC as well, but just love these coins and really glad to have one, and I think this one also has that classic old silver coin look. And I'm pretty happy with the photos on this one. I think they do a good job of showing, the coin's colors, and as well as just what it looks like under the light. The coin is so dark, just has like a really dark kind of natural tone to it over the years, and which really looks cool, but makes it tough to show the designs. And so I think these photos did a good job of really showing what the coin looks like under the light and showing a lot of its great features. So this is some bonus footage here of what I have sent to NGC a couple weeks ago, or I guess longer than that now, but it has been received by NGC, but it has not been opened, and Probably won't be graded for many months, but that's just kind of how it goes these days. These first few coins belong to Blank Planchet again, so that 8 reales cob, and then that Monty Penny, and then this is a really nice sixpence from 1887, and has some great toning, and then he has a half crown from 87 as well, and then the rest of the coins belong to me and will be for sale once they get back from NGC, so if you're interested, keep an eye out for when they come back. But NGC right now has just been absolutely ridiculous with turnaround times. I mean, there's really no excuse for it. They're like well over twice what PCGSs are listed as right now, and they seem to have no urgency in trying to improve that service or trying to in any way hurry up and get their product back. I mean, the timeline right now at 71 business days. I mean, I could have my sedan converted into a pickup truck, outdoor monster truck by the time that these coins come back from NGC, which is just ridiculous because the work required to do this does not take that long. So, I don't know. I like NGC, really like the holders. I think they overall do a quality job. However, the customer service lately has just not been there, and especially in terms of turnaround times is really disappointing. I mean, I can remember a year ago or more, sending in coins that the turnaround time was like 17 business days. I guess it's been over a year. It's probably been a couple years ago. But I mean, yeah, within the month you could have your coins back, and that's how it should be because the service is expensive and the investment in the coins is very significant. So just to have that out in limbo, and especially for people who count on it as a source of revenue for them, if they have like a coin shop or something and they send in coins to NGC before they can sell them, then NGC just taking their sweet time is really hurting their business by not having them, not having any product to sell. And I don't know, NGC just so far doesn't seem to have any kind of urgency in fixing that or getting better at it because the turnaround times have just gotten longer and longer over the last few months as they've already been way too long. But anyway, that's the end of my soapbox there. But these are the coins that are at NGC right now, and if you're interested in purchasing them when they come back, please let me know. I love the toning on these. That Belgium 100 francs from the last one has great toning. This Netherlands golden and then this Swedish 2 kroner all have great toning. I'm hoping for a star grade on at least one of them, if not multiple, but NGC does not like to hand out their star grades very often, especially on world coins. I think there are a lot of Morgan dollars that get star grades that really don't necessarily deserve them compared to other world coins that don't, but that's kind of up to them and whether or not they've had their coffee or how they're feeling. But yeah, I'm hoping for star grades, and we'll see. And then these last two are Ceylon 1957 5 rupees, and Ceylon is modern day Sri Lanka, but commemorating the 2500th anniversary of Buddhism. No, it is not 2500 rupees, it is 5 rupees. I've seen them listed as 2500 rupees before, but not quite. But I'll be keeping one of these and then selling the other. Whichever one grades higher will go into my collection, and the other one will be sold. I'm expecting at least a 63 on both. I think one's probably a 63 and one might be a 64, but we'll see. So that's all for this submission, and I guess we'll see when they come back. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and sorry that it took so long to get this one out. I've sent a couple more submissions to NGC, so there's plenty of stuff coming up over the next few months, and I'll continue to show off my collection and some of the coins that I've been buying and adding to that collection, and hopefully with more regularity going forward. Thank you.